Hello students. So students, we have started with the chapter that is gravitation, and we have talked about gravitation, that what we will understand with that of the gravitation. Gravitation is what? It is a kind of a force which is acted by one object on that of the other object. Both of them having different masses, and it totally depend upon the mass of the object, that if the both of them are exerting a force on each other, and if the mass is higher, then the gravitational force will be higher. We have discussed till that if the two objects are kept at a certain distance and both of them are having smaller mass, even though we are knowing that according to the universal law of gravitation, every object exert a force on the other object, and that force will be directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to square of distance between them. So we have discussed that F is equals to G. Actually, before that we have said that force is directly proportional to the, okay, so we can say that F is directly proportional to M1 M2 upon R square. So if two objects are there which is kept at a certain distance having masses, the gravitational force which act on it is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to a square of distance between them. With this, students, we come to a conclusion, that is, if the mass of the two objects increases, the gravitational force will be more. It means if the two objects are of a larger mass, then the force of gravitation can be seen. It means they start moving towards each other. And if the distance between them is doubled, then the gravitational force, it will be halved. Okay, it will be 1/4. Okay, so it is because of the inversely proportional to that of the force. Now, there is a constant also, which is known as a universal constant, which is represented by capital G. So, F is equals to G M1 M2 upon R square. This is the universal law of gravitation. The formula of the universal, how can we find that of the force and the universal constant? Okay, so G is what? Universal constant, and its value does not depend upon the mass. Its value does not depend upon the medium. It remains same everywhere. So it is a constant, it is having a value. And we have also seen that how we can find the unit of that of the G, students. So you know that if suppose we will find two units, so F into R squared upon M1 M2 is equals to G, and F is represented by Newton, into R is what? A meter square, that is distance, upon kg square. That kg into kg will give say kg square. This will equals to G, or we can say that G is equals to Newton meter square per kg square. So this is the unit of that of the gravitational constant. Now let us move on, student, and try to understand the value of the gravitational constant. So till now we have discussed that what is the gravitational constant. It does not depend upon the medium. It does not depend upon the masses, as well as its SI unit is Newton meter per square per kg square. Newton meter square per kg square. It is very important to know the SI unit, student, because while solving the numericals, you must mention the unit. It is very important. Okay. So now it's time to understand the value of gravitational constant. Value of gravitational constant. So you see students. Now how will you find the value of a gravitational constant? So if suppose the two objects are there, they are kept at a distance of a r, that is 1 meter, and both of them are having the same mass, and that is 1 kg. Now is it possible for you to find it now? Now at this time you will find that the gravitational force will be equal to the gravitational constant. How, students? You see, we know that the formula, you see here, formula is equals to G m1 m2 upon r square, right? And we know that the value of m1 is equals to 1 kg, and that of the m2 is also equals to 1 kg. The distance between them is 1 meter, so r will be equals to 1 meter, and since it is r square, so we will say it is 1 meter square. Now you can put the value here. What you will get? You will find that F is equals to G1 square. 1 into 1 is 1 only, students. So there is no any other thing you can say. So it will be 1 into 1 upon 1. So ultimately it will give the same value, that is F is equals to G. Right? So here, when both of them are having the same mass and they are separated from each other from a unit distance, that is 1 meter, at that time the gravitational force will be equals to the universal gravitational constant. So by this, students, we can say that we can define this equation, that the gravitational force exerting between the two bodies is numerically equals to that of the gravitational constant if the gravitational constant G is numerically equal to that of the, okay, so we can say that the gravitational constant G, it is numerically equals to that of a force of attraction exists between the two bodies of masses, of a unit masses. So we can say that which exists between the, equals to the force of attraction exists between the two bodies of unit masses, two bodies of unit mass, which is kept at a unit distance between them. Okay, so we can say that F is equals to G, and this will happen, F will be equals to G. It means the gravitational force will be equals to that of the gravitational constant when the force existing between the two bodies and the masses of the two bodies will be the unit mass, and even the distance between the two masses will be equals to 1 meter. Okay, so in both the cases we can say that if it is a unit mass and of a unit distance, then F will be numerically equals to that of the G. Now what is the value of the gravitational constant, students? So if you find it, so it has been experimentally found that the value of this G, this universal constant, is equals to 6.67 into 10 the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. It's a very important one. Okay, so we can say the value of G is equals to 6.67 into 10 the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. And this value has been experimentally found with the help of two gold balls. So by taking the two gold balls and keeping it suspended, keeping it far apart from each other, suspended with the help of a thread, you can say a thin but a strong thread, and by keeping at a certain distance, now you will find the weight also, because both of them must be of a same weight, and these two gold balls having the same weight, and the distance between them is equals to 1 meter, and at that time experimentally it has been found that the value of G will be equals to 6.67 into 10 the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. So this is the value of that of the gravitational constant. Okay, so gravitational constant will be equals to 6.67 into 10 the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. Actually, student, most of the time you see the force of the gravitation when we talk, the value is the same. That is, it is 6.67 into 10 the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. But for solving the numericals and all, you will see sometimes this value is given as not as a 6.67, but it is given as a 6.7 into 10 the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. But actually the value is this one. Okay, so for the making the for a numerical point of view, or for making that numerical means the calculation easier, we use this term, that is 6.7 into 10 to the power minus 11. But if it is not mentioned the value, at that time you have to take this value only and put on the formula and find the gravitational force existing between the two objects. Now lower will be the gravitational constant, student, gravitational value. So if the extremely small value of a gravitational constant will gives the low value of the gravitational force. So we can say that low value of the gravitational constant will gives the less value of the gravitational force also. Okay. Now you see, student, we have find about that what is the value of that of a G. It is equals to 6.67 into 10 the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. Now is gravitational force is a vector quantity or a scalar quantity? So we will say that gravitational force is a vector quantity, because it is exerting on a certain direction. So we will say that the gravitational force is a vector quantity. So whenever in a question, in MCQ, or in a one word is a question asked that whether the gravitational force is a vector or a scalar quantity, you will always write that it is a vector quantity. Now this was about the value of the gravitational force. Now if we have to find the gravitational force, here we were talking about the gravitational constant, value of the gravitational constant, which came out to be the 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. But if you have to find the value of a gravitational force of two objects, by taking the value of the gravitational constant also, what value of the force will come, student? Let us see. So now we are knowing the value of the gravitational constant. Now we have to find the value of the gravitational force existing between the two objects by taking the value of the gravitational constant also. So you know that F, we have to find F, and the formula is F is equals to G m1 m2 upon r square. This is the formula, students. With the help of this formula, we have to find it. Now again, here two objects are there. These two objects are having same mass, that is 1 kg and 1 kg, and the distance between them is again 1 meter. So how will you find the gravitational force? So F will be equals to, the value of G is 6.67 into 10 the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square is equals to, into, I'm rubbing this, students. So you see what value will come here. It will be equals to into 1 kg into 1 kg upon 1 meter square. Right? You see here. Here we have taken a two object and both of the object are having the same mass. That is m1 and m2, and its mass is 1 kg. Now the distance between the two masses, which is kept at a certain place at a certain distance from each other, is 1 meter. What we have to find the value of the gravitational force existing between the two objects by keeping the value of the gravitational constant also, right? Now you see, student, here it is meter square and this one is also meter square. So this meter square will cancel each other. This is kg per square. When we say per kg square, what does that mean? That it will be equals to 1 by kg square. So we can also write it like into kg square, because you know that only this 1 by kg square will go in the numerator. It will become kg minus 2. That is per kg square. So this is kg square. This kg into kg will be also equals to kg square. So you will say this kg square, this kg and kg will cancel each other. So now we can write it like 6.67 into 10 the power minus 11 Newton into 1 upon 1. Right? Or it can be 1 into 1 is equals to 1. 1 divided by 1 will be 1. So it will cancel each other. Now the value which came out, it will be equals to 6.67 into 10 the power minus 11 Newton. This is the value of that of the gravitational force. Okay. Okay. So you see here, student, what the value of the gravitational force acted on the two object which is having the same mass, kept at a certain distance of a 1 meter and have the gravitational constant. So that will be equal to the gravitational force also. Okay. So this was all about that if a two object, if they are exerting a force on it, what kind of a force will be there if both of them are having the same mass and kept at a certain distance. So value of the gravitational force we have understood, and value of a gravitational constant also we have understood. There is no difference between them, because in the first one, when we were talking about the gravitational force, we said that the gravitational constant is numerically equals to gravitational force when both of them are having the same mass and kept at a unit distance from each other. So here also the same thing, both of them are having the unit masses and kept far apart from each other at a unit distance. So obviously the value will be G will be equals to F, only the difference will be there of unit. So you have seen, students, that when we were talking about the unit at that time also, I said to you that the unit is very important, because unit explains a lot of things. Unit explain the quantity. If suppose, students, we are writing here 1 meter, so you will automatically understand that this is a meter, so we are talking about distance. If it will be a 1 kg, then you will say that I am talking about mass. That is why I uses a kg here. The same thing here. If suppose I am saying that Newton meter square per kg square, so you will say that I am talking about the gravitational constant. But if I am saying only Newton, so I am talking about force. You know that the SI unit of force is Newton. And that is why you have seen, students, that ultimately when you converted the G to that of the force, to get the value of the force with the help of the G, at that time you have seen that all the meter and the kg square get cancelled, but the Newton remains as it is. And by that we can say that the value of F is equals to 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton. So there is no difference, there is only difference with that of the SI unit. Okay. So this is the gravitational constant and gravitational force also. Now here, students, what we will observe that actually there is no difference, but the value of the gravitational force varies with the masses. If one of the object out of the two bodies, one is the larger mass, another is of a smaller mass, then ultimately there will be a gravitational force will act on it and making the object to come towards itself. Like if we are talking about a very large mass like that of Earth and the other object. But if the objects are of a smaller size, smaller masses, then ultimately there will be no such gravitational force can be seen easily. Okay, so this was about the value of the gravitational force. Now we will try to understand this value to find that how we will find the gravitational force with the help of a numerical. Okay, so let us see the numerical. So you see, student, there is a question in which we have to find the force of a gravitation. So question is that calculate the force of gravitation due to Earth on a ball of mass 1 kg lying on a ground. So you see here, students, that in this question, if you'll find it, you see that, okay. So question is that we have to find the force of a gravitation which is exerted by the Earth on a ball, and the mass of the ball is given, student, and that is 1 kg. And this ball is lying on a ground. So what kind of a force of a gravitation is acting on a ball whose mass is 1 kg and who's lying on the ground? So to calculate, first of all, we will write the things which is given here. So you see, if we see the given, students, so mass of the ball is given, and if we take mass of the ball as m1, so that will be equals to 1 kg. You can write in a bracket also, that is the mass of ball. Now mass of the Earth, this is ME is given, student, that is meaning is mass of Earth. So if mass of the Earth is given, that is equals to 6 into 10 to the power 24 kg. And we are taking mass of the Earth as M2. So this will be equals to 6 into 10 to the power 24 kg. Mass of Earth. Now the distance between these two, the radius of the Earth. So here we are talking about the distance between that of the object to that, because it is lying on the Earth itself. So the distance or the radius of the Earth from the center we are talking about. So here from the center to the ground, that is what? That is the radius only. If suppose you see, student, this is the Earth, and on this Earth the ball is kept here. We have to find that what kind of a force of attraction is exerted by the Earth which is lying on the ground. So what you have to find? You have to find the distance, because here from the center only, because all the force of a gravitation exerted by the Earth, it always exerts towards the center. So what are we saying, students? That is, if the mass of the ball is kept of a mass of 1 kg, it is kept on the surface of the ground. So then what you will find, that always the force which is exerted by the Earth, it is towards the center. So it is lying on the ground and the force of attraction exerted by the Earth towards the center. So what is the distance between that of a ball to the center of the Earth? It will be decided by the radius of the Earth. Right? You know that the edge to the center is the radius of a spherical or radius of a circle. Okay. So if you are knowing the radius, It means we are knowing the distance between that of a ball to that of the earth. Okay, and here the radius of the earth is given, so we can represent small r, that will be equals to 6.4 into 10 the power 3 kilometer. This is what? This is the distance between the ball to that of the earth. Okay. Now one more thing is there, student. You know that the radius should be in a SI unit. The distance between them should be in the SI unit, and that is meter. Since here it is in kilometers, so we have to convert it into meter. Right? Now see here, 6.4 into 10 the power 3 into 10 the power 3 or into 1000 meter. Right? And this will be equals to the R is equals to 6.4 into 10 the power 6 meter. So this is the value of the masses, the two masses, and the distance between them is 6.4 into 10 the power 6 meter. Now putting the value on the formula, we will get the force of a gravitation. Okay, so all these things are given. Once you will write the given, it will be very easy for you to understand it, what you have to do, and you can easily put the value, you can easily find that which formula you have to use, and then you can put the values and simply get the answer. So here you will write that we know that F is equals to G, M1, M2 upon R square, and the value of the G is known to us. So this value will be equals to 6.67 into 10 the power minus 11. I am not writing the unit here. If you want, you can write it. There is no issue for that. Mass, you see student, what is the mass? If we consider the first mass, that is of a ball. So if we are taking here M1 is equals to 1 kg, that is the mass of a ball. So we can write here 1 into M2. What is the M2 here? M2 is the mass of the earth. And the mass of the earth is given here, student, that is 6 into 10 the power 24 kg. So here it is 1 kg and here it is 6 into 10 the power 24 kg upon R square. What is the value of a R? What is the value of a distance here, students? So you will find that 6.4 into 10 the power 3 kilometer, which we have converted into meter. So here it will be equals to 6.4 into 10 the power 6 meter. That is equals to F. So when you solve this whole, you will get the answer that how much force is exerted by the earth on that of the stone, on that of the ball which is lying on the ground. Okay. So what you will get, student? You will get the value that is equals to 9.8 Newton. Okay. So value is 9.8 Newton. You can solve it and after that you can find it easily. Okay. So likewise, student, whenever the question is given in which the mass is given and the masses of both of the object and the distance between them is given, you have to simply use this formula. You should know the value of 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11, that is the value of the gravitational constant. It is not necessary that every time in the question the value of G is given. So you have to know, you should know about it and you should learn it so that you can use it into the another numericals also. Most probably the value of the G will be given in the question, and if it is not given, you should know about it. That is, the value is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. Okay. So by this, students, you understood one thing. What is the conclusion that you get from it? So the conclusion that we get is, when a force is exerted by the two objects which is having the smaller masses, since we you see the distance, the masses between them in a very small kg. So what we can do, we can ignore the gravitational force which is acting between them. Okay, but if the object, one of the object is any of the object, and the another we are taking the body, that is the earth, so ultimately there is a huge difference between the mass of the two objects, and one is having very high mass, very large mass, so the gravitational force can be seen and the movement of the object can be seen easily. So we cannot ignore at that time. Okay. So by this student, one more thing is there, that more will be the value of the masses of one of the mass, more will be the value of the gravitational force also. So as we have started from there itself, we are continuously saying one thing, and that is, if the mass of the two objects, one is very large, one is very small, then we can see the change here. But what happens if the two objects, they are of a large mass only? Like student, if we take two celestial bodies, like you see sun and earth. So both of them are having large mass. So both of them will exert a force on each other. Yes, both of them exert a force each other, and the gravitational force which is acting between the earth and ball is lesser, very less, as compared to the gravitational force which is acting between the two celestial bodies, that is sun and earth. So more larger will be the object, more larger, it means more mass of the object will be there, more gravitational force will act between them, more value of the gravitational force will come. And less, if one is the smaller, another one is the larger one. So the force, value of the force will also come the lesser. Okay.